Hi guys, so okay, we identified what polynomials are, we figured out their degrees, we've added them, we've subtracted them, now we're going to multiply them. Alright, there's two different ways to multiply polynomials. The first is the distributive method. You have to be very careful to make sure that the first term gets distributed to each of the terms in the other one. So it's this binomial times this binomial. So you have to make sure that the first terms are multiplied by each other. Then you have to make sure the first and the last term, then the second and the first, and the second and the last. So that's what this here is showing you. The 3x times 8x plus 3x times 5. You want to add the opposites here so that these are both plus signs so that you don't lose a negative. All right, so that is one way. It's called FOIL. If it's a binomial times binomial, first, outer, inner, last. So first, let me erase these colors. Okay. First of each, then outer of each, then inner of each, then last of each. FOIL. Another way you can do it is by using a table. In the table, it doesn't matter which terms go across and which ones go up and down, as long as the ones that go across are different from the ones that go down. So our first binomial is 3x plus 4. So 3x and 4 are here. Then our second binomial, 8x and 5. Usually I put my first ones on top, so you'll see that mine are flip-flopped. And then you multiply row times column. So this is 3x times 8x, which is 24x squared. Remember, the bases are the same, so you add your exponents. Then this one is going to be 5 times 3x, which is 15x. Then this one's going to be 4 times 8x, which is 32x. Then this one's going to be 4 times 5, which is 20. And then your product, set them out, write them out in standard form. 24x squared plus 15x plus 32x plus 20. And then simplify, always simplify. 24x squared plus 47x plus 20, which is the same thing you got for FOIL. So it doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get the right answer. When you get the wrong answer, then I get mad. All right, you had so much paper for these problems in your math notebook so that you can do both the table method and the FOIL method. Do them both for your notes until you find the one you feel more comfortable with. All right, so I'm going to do table method first. I have one binomial times another binomial. So across my top, I'm going to have x and 2. Across my left-hand side, I'm going to have an x and 5. Now I'm going to multiply row times column. X times x is x squared. Now I'm going to come to this one. 2 times x is 2x. This one, 5 times x is 5x. And then finally 5 times 2 is 10. So then write them out. Largest exponent first. And work your way down, putting like terms next to each other. Combine like terms. Okay, now let's do it using the FOIL method. First, x times x plus outer. Your x and your 5 are your outers. 5x. Inners. Inner, first inner, outer, last. So inner, 2 times x is 2x. Finally, last. Okay, now I'm going to simplify. X times x is x squared plus 5x plus 2x is 7x plus 5 times 2 is 10. I got the same answer. It's whichever way you is easiest for you. Okay, here's your next one. I'm going to do table over here, and then I'm going to use FOIL over here. It's binomial times binomial. I do not want these minus signs, so I'm going to add the opposite. And along my table, I have y and -4. Then on my left-hand side, I have y and -1. So now I'm going to multiply. Y times y is y squared. -4 times y is -4y. Y times -1 is -1y. -4 times -1 is 4. Next, I'm going to add my products together. Y squared plus -4y plus -1y plus 4. Like terms, y squared plus -5y plus 4. And last, we simplify it. Y squared minus 5y plus 4. Remember that plus negatives and minus sign. So now let's FOIL. First, y times y. Outer plus y times -1. Inner plus -4 times y. Last plus -4 times -1. Now I'm going to simplify. Y times y is y squared plus -y plus -4y plus 4. I wanted to write this the right way, which is why I didn't add those like terms together. Y squared plus -5y plus 4. And then finally, we don't leave that. Y squared minus 5y plus 4. I got the same answer. It's whichever way you feel comfortable doing it. All right, you guys do this one. Either way, any way you want to do it. Hit pause and do it. (2x squared plus 7x minus 15). If that is what you got, yay! If it's not what you got, figure out why. All right, I obviously learned how to do it using the FOIL method, so that's what I did. If you did want to do the table method, you would have done 2x, -3x, 5. This is 2x squared minus 3x, 10x minus 15. These two get simplified. You end up with 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. All right, so there's two ways to do this. One, this is a binomial times a trinomial, so you can't use FOIL. But you can do distributive property and you can do a table. So let's do distributive property first. So distributive property, you do first times first, x times x squared. Then you do, oops, I forgot to add the opposite here. So these are always plus signs in between. First times the second one, x times -3x, plus first times the third one, x times -2. Now I need to go to the second term, second times first, 5 times x squared, plus second times second, 5 times -3x, I need another color. Oh, that was interesting. Whew. Well, there goes finding another color. I'll use black again, I guess. All right, 5, the second term times the third term, plus 5 times negative 2. Now I'm going to simplify. X times x squared is x to the third power plus x times negative 3x is negative 3x squared plus negative 2x plus 5x squared plus negative 15x plus negative 10. Okay, like terms. I do not have any other exponents of a 3, so that x to the third power is by itself, plus. I have 2 exponents with 2. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2, so that's 2x squared. I have 2 exponents of 1. Negative 2 plus negative 15 is negative 17x. And I only have one constant. Alright, so last thing, I need to change these plus negatives back to minus signs. X to the third power plus 2x squared minus 17x minus 10. And that's my answer. Now let's look at it as a table method. We know we're going to get the same answer. Okay, let's look at it as a table. So it doesn't matter which one of these polynomials goes across the top. I'm going to put x squared and negative 3x and negative 2 across the top just because I have more space that way. And then x and positive 5 across the side. And we're going to multiply rows and columns. X squared times x is x to the third power. Negative 3x times x is negative 3x squared. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. 5 times x squared is 5x squared. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I see common terms here, so I'm going to color them, and then I'll just add them at the same time. So I have x to the third power plus 5x squared plus negative 3x squared, so that's 2x squared, plus negative 17x plus negative 10. Next, I'm going to rewrite it so it's pretty. X to the third power plus 2x squared minus 17x minus 10. I got the same answer. I like this way. Table better for, well, both of them actually. It's, I don't know, it seems more, less likely to forget a term. But do it whichever way is more comfortable to you. Alright, so you guys do this one. Try it whichever way is more comfortable with you. Make sure you pause it. This is not a super easy concept. It's not that difficult, but it's not super easy, so you need practice. So make sure you pause it and see if you can get it right. Okay, did you get m to the third power plus 5m squared minus 6m plus 3xm plus 15x minus 30? If so, great job. All right, let's see. So we're talking putting it in standard form. So the largest exponent is this m to the third power, so that's why that went first. And then I went down according to the exponents on your m. So that's third power, second power, first power, first power. I decided to put this one first because it's an m by itself, and then this one starts my x's. So I could put my two that have an x in them together. If we're in school for these last two, I would not give you the formula. If you don't know a formula, what do? You don't just say, you didn't give me the formula. You have the internet. You get online and you Google formula for area of a trapezoid, and it will pop up the formula. It's like a miracle. So don't quit if you don't have your formula. Look it up. But because we're not at school, or I could tell you to get an iPad and look it up, I will tell you the formula for the area of a trapezoid. The area of a trapezoid equals the sum of the bases divided by 2 times the height. So these are the bases, the parallel parts of the trapezoid, and then the height is going from the top straight down to the bottom to make a 90-degree angle, kind of like a triangle. All right, so my area is x plus 10, because that's my A and my B. All of that divided by 2 times my height, which is x minus 7. All right, so now I need to simplify it. I am going to look at my numerator first because I see that I have operations in my numerator, so I'm going to simplify that first. X plus x is 2x plus 10, all of that over 2, times x minus 7. I'm still bringing everything straight down. All right. So I see this fraction. I can't simplify it anymore on a numerator, so I'm going to have to split it into 2 separate fractions because I see that it does simplify more if I only split it. Okay, so once we split it, we see 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we're left with x. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Oh, look at there, we're left with a binomial. We know how to multiply binomials. So why don't you hit pause at this point and you finish it any way that you're more comfortable, FOIL or table. And your homework is page 345 to 347, numbers 2, 14, 15, 22 through 30 even, use any method, 31, 33, and 34 through 44 even.